Hello, my name's Loki. This video is a spiritual successor to one I made a while ago, but one, that was 4 years ago, and two, it looks like this. So, yeah, you really don't have to watch that. To spice things up, I turned this into a challenge. I will be using this Moodboard generator that I found on Toy House by Chirotere. I'm so sorry, I probably butchered that. With this, now we could set some ground rules. That means no regenerating mood boards, using outside references, and all colors must be color picked from the mood boards. Now we shall spin the wheel to figure out what I get. I ended up generating 5 for this challenge. I ended up getting a really nice variety of mood boards for this one. This mood board ended up being my first and hardest one of the challenge. For this one, I was mostly inspired by those 2000s Barbie movies. Specifically reminded me the most of that Rapunzel adaptation they made, which I guess makes sense considering I ended up making this a bunny. I also incorporated the whole ears as hair look that I've seen in some Disney movies, and of course, Bunny Hatsune Miku. For the legs in particular, I really wanted to give that big stompy digi legs that I've seen on some fursuits, like the winner of FWA's dance comp last year. I have chronic making arms too big disease, so I ended up having to fix that. I also sketched on the wrong layer, so, oops. Now it's line art time. Starting off strong by accidentally making the eyes too far apart. Here you can start to see that ear hair thing I was talking about. Or, more like hair as ears. Ears as hair, if you will. Now the line art's done, now it's time for some trouble. This drawing took me an hour because I could not figure out the colors. I started off trying to replicate the hair in this image here, but it was not color picking the way that I wanted. So I ended up going with kind of a lesbian pride color hair here, but that did not end up going well in the end. I started by trying to color pick, but from all of the different images at once, but that was not a good strategy. It kind of looks cute at first here, but I just was not putting these colors together properly. Those blues and greens were becoming a distraction, my enemy. At this point, I was just kind of going for like a sea bunny kind of aesthetic, kind of like coastal, very much like every white woman's bathroom. I am absolutely struggling to get the body color here. I tried to maybe go for like the grass kind of aesthetic, but it just was not fitting. Then I move on to these kind of purples that remind me of the Pegasus from Barbie and the Pegasus, which a little bit works, but it just was not really cohesively fitting with the head. Because of this, I start trying to edit the head a little bit to fix the situation. I end up really making things worse though. To make the body patterns more unique, I try to make the legs kind of look like water. At this point, I'm just like, screw it, so I start all the way over. I learned from my mistake here by starting to color pick from a singular image in the mood board instead of the entire thing at once. This allowed me to start with a more cohesive palette that I could build on over time. I also feel like this ended up fitting the mood board's aesthetic a little better. I really like the Barbie Pegasus purple, so I put it as the hair. I even made it a gradient. Ooh, fancy. I ended up landing on spots for the pattern since it kind of felt cutesy and would fit the whole Barbie kind of aesthetic I'm going for. Now I can finally add blue and green without it being a pain. I ended up making the tummy a gradient too. Ooh. I'm finally able to add her cute little accessories. Starting off with these cute little flowers here. And here's where my Krita crashed for a little bit. I also didn't save this as an editable file, so I was freaking a little bit. But now that I'm free, I can add the little bracelets and necklace. You can't have a Barbie girl in this Barbie world without accessories. And now we're done with the design. I just gotta edit it to look presentable. I find this mood board a little hilarious because it's a kind of emo blue with like cyber in the corner, and then there's just like an orange cat in the middle. So I kind of ended up leaning into like a stylized, cool kind of character you would see on like a cereal box or something. I honestly kind of lock in for this one. To do the whole cyber aesthetic I'm kind of going for, I give him a visor and a cord tail. I make sure to give this guy big chompers because of the image in the mood board. I don't know why, but he kind of reminds me if Buzz Lightyear and Woody had like a furry baby. This will make a little more sense once we get to the coloring. I tried using this tool, but I'm not gonna lie, I do not know how to use this thing. So I ended up just going the normal way. Turn transgender, turn transgender. Fill bucket tool might be loathed. And how could I forget the blue? Yabba dee yabba die. I was surprisingly able to color pick a lot of awesome colors from this mood board. I wanted to incorporate the colors from the top left, so I used that for the mouth. And the design's finished. Now it's just time to do all of the mood board background stuff. I don't really know much about Percy Jackson aside from those 2 movies that came out that weren't very good, and through cultural osmosis of being a gay person on the internet. So I kind of went into this design somewhat blind. From what I do know of though, Percy Jackson kind of has golden retriever energy, so I made that his main species. But I also incorporated the shark tail since there were the gummy sharks in the mood board. As an aside, I find the fan art in the top left corner really funny because it reminds me of the blue eye meme and also a mix of the DreamWorks face. Despite my lack of knowledge of Percy Jackson's ended up being one of my favorite, if not my favorite design of the bunch. I just really like the colors that the mood board had. And now to coloring. I really like designing golden retriever characters, so I found designing this one to be pretty easy. It had a full-on pattern and putting the colors where in mind already when I saw the mood board. Even though I wanted to, I wasn't really able to incorporate the cool flaming sword that he has. Just imagine he has it in his closet somewhere. Giving him his blue orbs. One more design down. This mood board was pretty easy because it gave me a species and a really cohesive aesthetic, so it was pretty easy to just make this a bee dog. I purposely tried to make the design as cutesy and chibi as possible because the little puppy in the image is really round little guy. And also, have you seen a bumblebee? They are so fluffy and adorable. I ended up choosing pretty bright and vibrant colors for this one. I just felt that it fit the best for the aesthetic and really made the honey idea pop. Here I added a kind of honeycomb-esque design to the legs and shoulders to make it more unique. Here I wanted to make it look like he put his grubby little paws in some honey. And he's all done. This one ended up being one of my quicker designs. I guess it's somewhat poetic that, like my first one, this one was also really hard for my last one. All of the colors are so cool in this mood board and I wanted to incorporate them all, but that was a huge challenge. I ended up making this species a freaky little skull bat dog. I really wanted to lean into some kind of cyber, weirdcore, glitchy sorta aesthetic, just kind of a cool aesthetic like the mood board. For the most part, I think I do it somewhat well. Drawing a skull dog by memory is hard, by the way. Twink death spotted. Like last time, coloring is definitely the hardest part with this one. I really wanted to replicate the cool swirls that they have in like the middle row of images. And I kind of did it, at least for the wings. The body was honestly my biggest challenge. I did not know what I wanted to do with it, so you're gonna see me struggle for a while in this speed paint. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking here either. I end up landing on the X-ray colors for the body. While I'm not fully happy with the design I end up with here, I do think I cooked a little bit on the leg design. And this guy is finally done. Woo! Woo! Much like the spiritual predecessor to this video, I will be giving all of these designs for free. All you gotta do is go down to my Ko-Fi link in the description. There you can find all of the adopts for quote-unquote sale. I have made it so all of them can only be quote-unquote purchased once, so this is a first come first serve situation. I hope all of you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys want me to do any more videos like this. I know most of my content isn't like this, but you know, I don't really care about brand cohesion, so if you want me to make more of these, I do not mind. Hope you have a great day, and goodbye, freaks.